So I did what I didn't want to do. Always try to keep my wires from being tangled. And unfortunately, my trigger wire for my relay, the joint wasn't good and it came apart. So when I put this back together, I wasn't paying attention close enough, and I have my wire for my air conditioner intertwined with my wire for my relay. So I am going to unplug all this and reroute it so that I don't have them tangled like that. The question is, which one should I route in front and which one should I route in back? I'm going to route the air conditioner harness in front because I already have a couple of wires that putting it in back would cause them to be tangled. Now, that didn't work out too good, did it? So those are intertwined with that as well. Oh my. Well, I'm not going to unsolder it, and that's the only way to get them out of there. Because everything else is soldered connectors. Hate when that happens. Let me think here. And I can get this gray wire out easily. I'm sorry, tan. And I can get the purple wire out easily on that end. So that's what I'm going to do. At any rate, it's a little bit of extra work, but it'll end up being a neater job. I don't like tangles of wires that are locking them, intermixing two different circuits or two different harnesses, if you will. So I managed to get that all straightened out, and it's no longer tangled and intertwined. In addition, there was a wire for the lighting for the air conditioning controls. Let's see if I can find the wire there. I believe that's the wire. It's a tan wire. Nope, it's actually right behind the shifter. On the right of the shifter you see a tan wire, and right at the left you see a gray wire right at the left of the ball of the shifter. That wire goes into the harness for the air conditioner, and apparently it just passes the current back to the controls for the air conditioner, because that used to have a light bulb attached to it that lit up the controls for the air conditioning and heating system from the factory. I had to cut the end off of that and just join those two wires. So I also connected the feed for the air conditioner that requires a switched ignition. And since now this entire fuse box here is a switched ignition, I connected it to that. Hopefully I'm not in the way here. And the last thing to do is put a couple fuses in here so I don't forget. Now only 2 of these circuits in this 4-circuit box are used. So essentially the other 2 can sit there as spares. Should have put them in before. It's not easy. Let's try this one first. Yikes. Unfortunately, this fuse box doesn't have the positive feel of, the kind that you get from the factory. Guess you get what you pay for. I think this was the most expensive one out there, but it seemed to do what I needed it to do. Good grief. Shouldn't take this long to put a fuse in. The other 2 didn't have. The other 2 weren't that difficult, but then again, I had the fuse box in my hand when I put those in. These are the fuses that came with the box too. See if there's a way these have to go. Doesn't look like it. They look the same on both ends. Should have tried to put these in before. There. Finally. That's one. Putting the fuses in is turning out to be about as hard as the rest of the job. There. I still have one open terminal, although I did double up on this one. So I may change that, but I'm not gonna do it on a video. So it looks like pretty much done in there, except for hooking up the radio, etc. And one other thing, the new gear shift lever has a bracket to put on it, and then you have to replace the neutral safety switch because there's 4 stops on the shifter instead of 3 for forward gears. There's first, second, third, and overdrive, whereas this only had first, second, and drive. So it's getting late. I'm going to call it a day.